Ah, so glad to hear that music again. It is time for everyone except Michelle's favorite game on the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show, No Fence Riding, for the uninitiated. I've got a series of statements for these two, and they have to decide which side of the fence they're on. No riding the fence like Jonah a couple weeks ago, or they get called out. All right, first statement. Let's start with the biggest controversy of the weekend. Still, no one knows what a catch is. This isn't necessarily about the call itself, which I think the refs got right in the moment. It was an interception. It's about how the public perceives it. And if Joe Schmo in the bar somewhere thinks it should be a catch based on everything we've seen before, we've still got an issue here. Coach, where do you stand on the current state of catches and their rulings on the NFL?
I mean, it was an interception. It was ruled on the field an interception. And I think you see Brandon Cook's reaction. I think that's an interception. There's a human element to the side of the game, and let the officials call it unless they really need help.
Mike?
We have jumped the shark with slow motion video. That's the problem with it. And I don't mean to say that they shouldn't show it in slow motion, but that's the root of the problem here. You watch that play at 10% speed, yeah, it looks like Brandon Cooks caught the football, went to the ground, knee on the ground, he's got possession. How do you, if you watch it in slow-mo, of course that's the conclusion you come to. You have to watch it at full speed. If you watch that play happen at full speed, it happens so fast, the possession changes from one hand to the other in a blink of an eye. There was no way anybody, other than the official that ruled Butch Johnson in the 1970s Cowboys-Broncos Super Bowl was a touchdown, could have looked at that play and said that Brandon Cooks caught the football. There's no world in which that's possible. It would have been an incomplete pass if it wiggled loose of either of their hands, but it was taken immediately by the Broncos defender. It was an interception 10 times out of 10. It shouldn't be this controversial, but yes, to the point of your question, yes, clearly it's still a problem because this should be easier for people to see than clearly it is.
Everyone clutching their pearls in the Rams-Bears game later today when Devontae Adams had a similar, not the same play, but a similar play, was hysterical. All right, let's move on here. Statement number two. One I've been wanting to talk about for a while here. The refs are taking too dang long to blow plays dead. I get it. The tush-push is on vogue. We're trying to give teams a little extra oomph to try and pick up yards, but I feel like a lot of plays continue because defenders don't want to draw the flag for being too aggressive. They're now conditioned to expect quick whistles for player protection. Coach, where do you stand on this one?
I mean, I don't want an inadvertent whistle. I mean, I want them to let them play, but I'm still in the human element side of the game. The play ends, blow the whistle.
Mike?
I think the way that the tush-push works, you have to let the play transpire because there is such a massive humanity at the center of the play. That's one that I feel like you have to let play out, but I do think that the officials have become very accustomed to just let it play out, let it play out, let it play out, because we can fix it on review. You see that a lot of times with the fumble, or was it a fumble or was it an incomplete pass when the quarterback's hand gets hit? They'll let the play transpire because they can fix that on review, but if they blow the whistle too soon, they can't fix it. And I think maybe that has seeped into other elements of the game too much.
I do think that's part of it, and I think something about the initial ruling on the field being the deciding line in a lot of these reviews does make a difference as well, and again, that's a different tangent, but to me, it's just like, it feels like players just keep waiting for it to happen, and it just doesn't, and it changes the outcome of the game in a lot of circumstances. All right, last statement here, last but not least, it feels like the NFL is finally moving past the heliocentric quarterback model. Two MVP candidates obviously have pedigree, but Drake May hasn't played well in the playoffs so far. Stafford just won a game without throwing a touchdown pass. All four teams left might have flaws, but they are the sum total best-built teams and best-coached teams left in the playoffs. Coach, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with that. I think you got to. I think you got to look at it as a whole. I think you got to open this up. Or the quarterbacks make the most dynamic plays, and I get that. But there's so many things that go into what's really going on in the football game. I like that they're opening their eyes a little bit.
Mike?
The only argument you need for quarterback-centric and having that be the end-all and be-all of how you build your football team not working is right here in Dallas. The Cowboys have a $60 million quarterback who had a fantastic season, and they won 7 football games all year. It has to be team-oriented. It has to be broader than just the quarterback, and the team here in town needs to do a better job this offseason of figuring that out.